Good morning, beautiful people. Good morning. I just woke up on this morning, and so I'm actually headed to a class on this morning, headed to do some work for a client. And so I received a text message from a young lady asking to pre-order some of my books. For those of you guys that don't know, I just came out with my 13th book called Soulful Affirmation. It's a book collaboration that I'm a part of that deals with affirmation, daily affirmation. It has an affirmation in there for every day of the week. I did a podcast on the book. Maybe, let me see. I believe it was last week. I did a podcast on there kind of talking about the book, giving information concerning the book, giving information concerning affirmations, daily affirmations, how important they are. And so on this morning, I wanted to come on and kind of talk about changing the narrative. I was actually talking to someone who was just saying how your biggest supporter is not going to come from the people that you know. Okay, so that's a saying that we use often. That's a saying that we are always telling people, whether you're a speaker, whether you write books, whether you are an artist and you sing or you do plays, you're an actor, you do movies, whether you in church and you minister, the people that support you the most are not going to be your friends. It's not going to be your family. You know, there are a lot of people who have did some great and awesome things, and they have not received the level of support they would have liked to receive from family and friends. And not just family and friends. Let's just be honest now. There are a lot of people that you feel like, hey, I've invested in this person. I've taken time out of my day to invest in this person. And yet and still, this person doesn't seem to want to invest in me. And so we always teach people, don't worry about those kind of people. And it's true. You're not supposed to worry about those people. You continue to keep going. I think that if I would have quit, I would not have just released my 13th book. You know, not only did I just release my 13th book, but I also have a CD that's coming out. And I just, have a lot of things that's coming out. I just did a magazine article. So there's a lot of stuff that I continue to do. I don't give up. I keep going. I keep putting myself out there no matter who takes the time to invest in me. But when I talk about not changing the narrative, this is what I want to encourage you all with on this morning. Sometimes people, and I'm going to say people because I am definitely not in this category. I don't think like this and I'm not like this. Sometimes people will allow the lack of excitement and the lack of investment coming from other people to cause them to become bitter, so that when they do make it to a place of greatness, they stop supporting the people that fail to support them. And so we tend to think that I'm only going to support you if you support me. But if that was the case, then there are a lot of great people out here that we invest in that are huge celebrities that we don't know, that ain't never invested in us a day in a life. Okay? So as a leader, I want to talk about you being that person that is different, that changed the narrative. It doesn't matter who failed to invest in you. Keep investing in people. When you say to yourself, listen, I'm going to take a note, and all those who didn't invest in me, when they come out with their stuff, I'm not going to invest in them. That means what you're doing is allowing their behavior to determine your character, and that is not good for a leader. Leaders are different. Leaders are unique. Leaders are in a class all by themselves. Great leaders now. I'm not talking about just an overall general leader, a person in a leadership position, a person who's leading people. I'm talking about someone that's leading from a great seat. Someone that's leading people into a place of greatness. They don't take things to heart. They're not easily offended. They don't step on people's toes to get ahead. They don't overlook people's dysfunction. Yes, I know that, you haven't supported me, but you know what? I'm going to still buy your CD. you know what? I'm going to still be a blessing to you. I'm going to give you an example. I remember getting a call, and I've got numerous calls. So if anyone hear this, please don't take offense to it. Because when I tell you this has happened on numerous occasions, oh my God, it has happened on numerous occasions where I've received calls. I have a school. My school is called CLS Reflection Academy. The C is for character, the L is for leadership, and the S is for stewardship. And so CLS Reflection Academy is a school that gets you to reflect on you. It gets you to deal with you, your issues, your character flaws, all those different things. But you can sign up to become a certified coach, variety of coaches. You go on the website, it's www.theclsacademy.com, and you can go on there and you can sign up to become a coach, or you can sign up to become a Christian counselor, faith-based counselor. There's just a lot of different programs on there that you can sign up for. If you want to become a writer's coach, we teach you how to coach people through the process of becoming a writer, or becoming an author. But yeah, so I have this school, and there have been so many people that have reached out to me and was like, oh my God, I want to come to your school. I've been thinking for so many years. I've been just thinking and desiring and just wanting to become a life coach, and boom, here come your school. And so they did their due diligence, and they looked around, and they came across your school. Now I'm talking about people that you know, okay? I'm talking about people that you know. These are friends. These are family. These are people that you know who have did their due diligence and have looked around for a school and said, okay, listen, what school am I going to go with? And there's nothing wrong with them doing their due diligence and looking around, doing the research, and actually choosing a school based upon their research. Nothing is wrong with that. I encourage that. But here's the thing. Multiple occasions, I've had friends and families to tell me, listen, I'm going to go through your school. It sounds like an awesome program. I love what you're doing, and I'm going to go through your program. Then you find out later, through their eagerness and excitement to post on Facebook, that they went with another school. Now, your initial response is to feel some type of way. It is. But I promise you guys, my feeling of feeling some type of way, when I tell you only lasts momentarily, it lasts for a moment. It don't even last a whole minute. It lasts for a moment. Probably lasts about 30 seconds. Not even a whole minute. I look and I say, wow, okay. It'd be a different story if you told me you were just looking around and you were going to wait until you made your decision. No, I'm talking about people who contacted you and deliberately said, I'm going to invest in your school. I'm going to be a part of what you're doing because it sounds like it's a great program. And while you were waiting, excited that they would even come on board with what you're doing, you look up and they've gone with someone else, and you've said to yourself, wow, I just supported you. Wow, I just invested in you. Wow, I just bought a book from you. Wow, I just purchased your CD. Wow, I just went to an event and blessed you. But you didn't see fit to invest back in me. So what I am trying to encourage you all with on this morning is this. Change the narrative. Just because people say, the ones that are in your face, the ones that you know, the ones that are family, the ones that you have supported, don't look for them to support you. Don't look for those people to support you. You got to make new connections. Let me tell you something. That may be true. But I want you as a leader to change the narrative. You say to yourself, that although I get no support from you and I've invested in you, I will still support you. Why? Because I am changing the narrative. Do not think that way. I promise you guys, I had a conversation with someone on yesterday about this, and what made me remember this morning was a friend of mine's actually reaching out to me saying, hey, I want to pre-order a few copies of your book. And boom, it just hit me. Oh my goodness, I didn't do the podcast. I want to encourage you, don't think like that. Change the narrative. You be different. You be different. You be different. The Bible says, and I love the children of Israel, especially from this perspective. The Bible said the more the Egyptians oppressed them, the more they multiplied. The more they multiplied. So I am telling you, the more people overlook you, the more they oppress you, the more you should be multiplying. But I want you to multiply with joy. Multiply with joy. Don't produce and multiply and allow yourself to receive an increase from a bitter place. Don't allow their lack of investment in you to cause you to be bitter. Yes, you can be disappointed. Yes, you can even be angry. But do not allow it to change you and make you angry and bitter and hateful and cause you not to invest in them just because they didn't have the courage to invest in you. Don't do that. Be the different leader. Be the leader that this nation desire to see today. And so that is the kind of leader that I aim to be. That is the kind of leader that I am. Whether people invest in me or not, I will not stop producing. Like I said in my video on Facebook, I am leaving a legacy to my children. And I'm excited about it. That, Lord forbid, if I was to go today or tomorrow, my children have enough product to just put my product out there. But of course, let me just make this known. I'm not ready to go. I am not ready to go. I'm just making it known. But I love you guys, and I want you guys to invest in the book Soulful Affirmation and affirm yourself every morning. Encourage yourself every morning. Get up and say your daily affirmations. And one of your daily affirmations can be that you will prosper and people will invest in you. That can be one of your affirmations that you say on a regular basis, so that you will not be sitting back waiting on people to invest in you. Again, I'm not saying not to feel some type of way. There have been people that I just stroll past on Facebook and I'm looking like, listen, I don't know you that well. I know you know. I know you. I know of you. When you've had to speak, I've went out and supported you. As a matter of fact, I actually own a few copies of some of your book. You just talk to people on Facebook through the posting, but you don't talk like physical talk. But yeah, you just stroll through and be like, yeah, I never supported you, but I coming to events, and there's a lot of different books that I have that I've supported you in. And if I wouldn't have supported you, you probably wouldn't have had as many sales as you had, because, yeah, you're not even big time. But those same people will look at you and look at what you're doing, and they will not support you. And sometimes it's because they have their own issues. Sometimes it's because of jealousy. Sometimes it's because they don't want you to make it. And sometimes it's because they don't have the finances. So what I want to encourage you to do is to not be weary in well-doing. For in due season, you have to know that you are going to reap in your season. In your due season, you are going to reap in your due season. And so, again, I love you guys. And I want you guys to change the narrative. That's what I encourage the person with. I encourage them by telling them to change the narrative. Don't be that way. Here I am coming out with my 13th book, and there are so many people who have bought books from me. But at the end of the day, there's so many people who I have supported who haven't bought books from me, who haven't bought, a course from me, who haven't done any of that. But you change the narrative. You don't allow people, places, and things to change you and who God has called you to be. That's the kind of character that this nation needs, okay? So, again, I am getting ready to go into class with Akaya. I love you guys. And I will be back on soon to kind of encourage you guys and talk to you guys some more. I will also be on Blog Talk Radio. I will probably submit the information to you guys on tomorrow. I will be on there Monday coming up. You guys can look for me on Facebook at Arthur and I'm talking about Anna Lord, Arthur Michelle Franklin. Let me know if you guys would like to pre-order Soulful Affirmation. My website is www.theclsacademy.com. Also, you guys can reach out to me at 708-821-5867. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. You guys have an awesome and blessed not only morning, but have an awesome and blessed week. And know that the joy of the Lord is your strength. Change the narrative.